I discovered my company was secretly using my laptop's webcam to monitor my home office. I never thought I'd be the one writing one of these posts, but here I'm needing to get this off my chest and maybe get some advice. I'm still processing everything that's happened over the past few weeks, and my trust in companies has been completely shattered. Some background. I'm a 34-year-old software developer who's been working remotely for a mid-sized tech company, about 200 employees, for almost 3 years. When the pandemic hit, our entire team transitioned to remote work, and most of us have stayed that way since. The company provided everyone with laptops and standard equipment. My manager, Melissa, has always been somewhat micromanaged. Why? But I dealt with it because the pay was good and the work-life balance seemed decent. Things were fine until about 2 months ago. I started noticing some odd comments during our team meetings. Melissa would make remarks like, "I see you finally got around to organizing your home office," or "That new desk setup looks much more ergonomic." At first, I thought nothing of it. Maybe I had mentioned these changes in passing, or they were visible in the background during video calls. But then the comments got weirdly specific. One day, Melissa asked if I was feeling better after looking so tired yesterday afternoon. The thing is, we hadn't had any calls that day. Another time, she mentioned seeing a package delivery on my doorstep and asked if I'd ordered something for work. I hadn't mentioned any package to anyone at work. I started feeling uneasy, but tried to rationalize it. Maybe she was confusing me with someone else. Maybe I had mentioned these things and forgotten. But the comments kept coming, and I noticed other managers making similar remarks to their reports. Then came the incident that confirmed my suspicions. I was working late one evening and had stepped away from my computer to make dinner. I hadn't closed my laptop, just locked the screen as usual. When I came back about 20 minutes later, I noticed the webcam light was on. As soon as I moved the mouse to unlock the screen, the light went off immediately. My heart started racing. I'm tech savvy enough to know that shouldn't happen. The webcam should only be active during calls or when I explicitly allow an application to use it. I checked all my running applications. Nothing was using the camera. I ran a check for malware. Nothing. The next day, I discreetly mentioned this to Ryan, a coworker I trust. He got quiet and then admitted he'd noticed similar things. Specific comments about his home environment and the webcam light occasionally being on when it shouldn't be. We started comparing notes and realized this wasn't coincidental. I decided to test a theory. For a week, I placed post-it notes with specific, changing numbers on the wall behind my desk position so they'd only be visible if my webcam was active, but not during regular video calls. I positioned them at an angle. I didn't mention these to anyone. Sure enough, the following week, during our one-on-one, Melissa asked what the numbers on my wall were for. She tried to play it off casually, saying she noticed them during our last call, but we hadn't had any video calls where those numbers would have been visible. I confronted her directly, asking how she could see those numbers when they weren't visible during our calls. She fumbled, then quickly changed the subject. When I pressed, she got defensive and said I was being paranoid. That evening, I received an email from Jordan in HR